Bishop versus Keown. Tonight's political debate between Sanford Bishop and Mike Keown is brought to you in part by Southwind Ford, the Easy Guys, South Georgia Farm Credit, we're here to help you grow, the Bainbridge Tea Party Group, it's time to take our country back, and Stones. Remember, there's a stone store near you somewhere.
So, without further ado, I'd like to come on stage our 9-time Congressman Representative Sanford Bishop, the Democrat, his Republican challenger, Mike Keown. After that reaction, I think I need to get y'all to step on the scales here and weigh in. But anyway, now keep in mind, and I like that, and I hope you'll show your enthusiasm. That's great, but do it in a respectful fashion. Keep in mind, the more you hoop and holler, the less time you're taking away, or the more time you're taking away from their answers and time to get to the serious issues that face this country.
I want to point out something that Mark said earlier. He's a newspaper man and he uses lots of big words. And when he said that he expected a modicum of decorum, that means act like you got some raisins. That's what that means.
I know we both went to Thomas County Central. Maybe the difference is I had 1 year of private school education. Anyway, let's introduce our moderator. This is the 3rd time that he's helped us out. He's from WGRA and K Road. He's done a great job. He does a good job of keeping order and things moving. We trust that he'll do that for us tonight. Jeff Lovett. I'm not even sure I explained this to Jeff, but we also had a pre-debate coin toss. The Bishop side won the toss, and they want to go second. So the way we close it is Mr. Keown will have the final closing remarks. We'll have opening and closing remarks by both candidates sandwiched by the questions. We hope to get through at 8 o'clock or a little after and open it to the floor for just a bit. And by 8:15 or so, we hope to have this thing wound up. So here's Jeff.
Thank you very much, Mark, and I appreciate everyone being here tonight. It's a great crowd, and we have 9 questions that have been prepared for each of the candidates. We do want to have a courteous debate, but a spirited debate, so I've instructed both of our candidates that if they have any kind of a follow-up question or follow-up comment, or if they'd like to make a rebuttal to any statement that is being made by their opponent during the debate tonight, we'll give them the opportunity to do that. And as Mark said, please try to keep your celebrations as short as possible. That will allow us to get through all these questions tonight and let everyone go home fairly quickly. This is the debate between Sanford Bishop, who is the incumbent, and Mark Keown. They're both running for the U.S. House of Representatives, District number 2. We're going to start out our debate tonight by allowing each one of these gentlemen to have a brief opening statement, not to exceed 5 minutes. And we're going to start with allowing Mr. Mike Keown to make his opening statement first. Mr. Keown.
Good evening. Thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you tonight. My name is Mike Keown, and I want to be your next U.S. representative. I'm 56 years old. I've been married to my wife, Kathy, for 38 years. I have 2 sons. Both of them are married, and I have 3 of the best grandchildren in all the world. You know, your grandchildren are what you get for not killing your children. And, we have great grandchildren. I'm a Baptist preacher, state representative, former school board member for 14 years here in Thomas County. Served as the mayor of the big city of Coolidge, where I've lived for the last 27 years. I have an earned doctorate. I hold a state residence and contractor's license. I ride a motorcycle. I drive a race car. I have a permit to carry a concealed weapon too, but I don't have it with me tonight, by the way. And I love to fish and hunt. Yeah, I'm a Christian, pro-life, pro-family, pro-Second Amendment candidate that believes in getting back to the Constitution. I believe in less government, less taxes. I believe in a strong military. I believe in taking care of our veterans. I have a son that is one. I believe in the U.S. becoming energy independent as soon as possible. And I believe in securing our borders. And I believe in finally doing something about illegal immigration. And I happen to be one of those people who still thinks that the United States of America is the greatest place in all the world to live. I don't know about you guys. Let me tell you why I'm running for Congress. I was on my vacation last July in St. Augustine with my family. We go down there every year, same place, 25 years. I was watching my grandchildren play, and I was just trying to enjoy myself and not worry about a whole lot. And all of a sudden, I got this tremendous burden in my heart about the direction our country was going in. It was in the middle of the bank bailouts and car buyouts and stimulus bills and all those things. And I just got to looking at those kids and wondering what kind of country they were going to have to grow up in. If they were ever going to have the kind of opportunity that my wife and I had when we were married at 18. And I got to thinking about how hopelessly in debt we were putting them, a debt they would never be able to pay. And so I tried to shake that off. I said, you know, Lord, I'm on vacation, just leave me alone. But you know how that is sometimes, He didn't leave me alone. And so as we kind of talked during the week, you know, I finally, the Lord said, Mike, it bothers you that much, and do something about it. And then I did like we always do a lot of times. I started down a laundry list of things, of reasons I couldn't do it. You know, Lord, I can't do it. I can't do anything about the president. He's already been elected by the people, and he's going to be the president. Lord, I can't do anything about the speaker. You know, she comes from California, and I don't get to vote for her. I can't do anything about that. But then it came down to my opponent, Sanford Bishop, and I said, you know, if I can do something about him. So I want you to know. At that point, I ran out of options, and I made the decision while we were down there on vacation that I was going to run for Congress. And I was going to come back to Georgia, and I was going to do everything that I could to win this seat so that we could bring back some real representation to Southwest Georgia. Somebody who would go to Washington and represent us and our values and our needs and our desires, and not come back from Washington trying to convince us that what they say going on up there is good for us. Campaign trail for 15 months. Every day we've been working, folks, and you know that I have. You've seen me out there. And I want to tell you, the first thing we had to do was get people to believe we could win. I want to tell you something. Here we are 15 months later, and people all over the 2nd Congressional District are believing we're going to win. Will you stand with me, and let's take our country back, will you? Yeah. Just about the 2nd Congressional District of Georgia, folks. This is about the United States of America. Let's do it. You vote for Mike Keown. Let me go to work for you, and I promise you, I'll never forget that you're the boss. I'll never forget that. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you very much, Mike Keown. And now an opening statement from the incumbent, Sanford Bishop.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the sponsors of this debate. I'd like to thank all of those who have come tonight. This is what America is all about, and this is what makes America a great country. I believe that service is the rent that we pay for the space we occupy on this earth. Because I wanted to serve the people of our district by using the political process to improve their quality of life, by promoting jobs and a stronger economy, better education, safe communities free from crime and drugs, a clean environment, affordable, accessible health care, sustainable agriculture, and a strong national defense, all in the context of a balanced budget. God has ordered the steps steps of my life so as to bless me with the tools to fight for those things. A Christian upbringing in a wonderful Christian family, education and training as a lawyer, service in the State House of Representatives, in the State Senate, and for the last few years as your representative in Congress. I have used my service in Congress, especially on the Appropriations Committee, to bring billions of your hard-earned tax dollars back home to help create and save jobs and to bolster our local economy, to support education, to protect our communities, to promote health care, and to support our men and women in uniform and their families, doing my best to do it in a fiscally responsible way. My opponent, on the other hand, has done the opposite. He really has no record of accomplishment. He would rob our children, our seniors, our property owners, our farmers, our working families, to benefit big business, insurance companies, and corporations. He voted to eliminate homeowners' tax relief grants, adding $200 to $300 a year to the average local school property tax bill. He really played the role of reverse Robin Hood.
Come on.
He cut $1 billion from the state education budget, robbing our children of precious education resources, causing furloughs, layoffs, reduced school days, and overcrowding in schools, and causing public libraries to close and to cut adult literacy programs. He did that while at the same time voting to give the big insurance companies $146 million in tax cuts on the premiums they collect. Raise taxes on our hospitals, robbing them, adding $200 million to the cost of health care in the state, costs that will surely be passed on to the patients and send many rural hospitals in our area to the brink of having to close. He signed a pledge, the Americans for Tax Reform. He pledged to oppose the elimination of deductions and credits that protect the tax breaks for companies that ship 30,000 Georgia jobs overseas. He voted to raise fees on our farmers and agriculture. The Georgia Farm Bureau cites the fees he raised on grain dealers, feed dealers, warehousing, seed dealers, lumber treatment companies, and even the farmers' specialty license plates on their trucks.
1 minute, please, Mr. Bishop.
It's promoting privatizing Social Security, which will rob our senior retirees, the disabled, their children of their safety net from poverty. I know that this job doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the people of the 2nd District. All right. I've always tried to make decisions based on what I believe to be best for our district, and I've tried to represent our values: God, country, work, family, and guns. And I'm happy that I have an A+ rating with the National Rifle Association and that they've endorsed my candidacy. I've tried to be an independent voice that supports the Second Amendment. Constitutional amendments to ban same-sex marriage, to allow prayer in public places, and to ban flag desecration. I've listened to the people, and when the people are divided, I've prayed for wisdom to make the right choice. You may not agree with the great choice that I've made, but you can rest assured that I've tried to make that choice in the best interest of the people of the 2nd District. I ask you to review my record and to renew my contract for another 2 years.